It's time to celebrate Robbinsdale on Channel 12. Welcome to the 2013 Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days Parade on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. 40th Avenue and West Broadway is where you will find us, and we are live for those at home this afternoon. Or for those that missed the parade, you're getting a great chance to look in on what we're seeing. And back in the booth, Holly has joined us once again. There she is. Welcome back, Holly.
Thank you, Dave. Great to be back and to be joining you at the booth.
And the parade this year, about 89 units long, and it looks
Correct.
like a mix of everything.
It's a little bit of everything. We have a great lineup, although a little shorter than past years. Still a wonderful mix, so I think it will entertain all of the people along the route. It's jam-packed up here.
We were talking before the parade, as you see the first couple units come here, that a lot of people got out very, very early today. There were blankets and chairs out. People wanted to make sure they had their spot for this parade. We're led off, as always, by the Robbinsdale Police. They've been doing a fine job getting the parade route ready this afternoon, and here they are ready to kick off the parade right behind the Metro Marines, carrying the Westfall Legion colors. So we've got the Marine Color Guard in front, and you see some of their impressive vehicles right behind. And as always, Holly, people standing up as the flags roll by.
Absolutely.
And there's our friends from the Westfall Legion, some of the dignitaries up on top. Tom is up there along with Kathy and John.
With their great parade waves, I think they may have been practicing a bit. They look fantastic.
And the Westfall Legion, obviously a great supporter here of the Robbinsdale area and the whole Northwest Metro area. We thank them. And some representatives right behind from the Golden Valley VFW. Marching along with the American flag. We thank them, there they are, for joining us today.
And they are from Golden Valley Post 523.
And as you take a look down West Broadway, again, Holly mentioned how lined the streets are. There are people everywhere today, some seeking a little shade, but Holly said, oh, it'll cloud over a little bit by the time the parade starts. And Holly, you were right again.
A little bit of cloud cover, and I'll take that. It's great to have that just to cool us down a bit, but we're lucky here under the tent. We've had a great turnout again this year, though. It's fantastic to see.
Well, you probably heard that at home. They love us, and we love them too for helping out in the community. Looks like we've got Jeff up front. He's even got his own sign,
Jeff
the
has his
official
own
driver.
Sign. Wow. You know, I have to say, it's not often I see that the drivers have their own sign, so that might be a first.
And David Jenkins on back, Sons of the American Legion is the group he's representing, and he is very popular here as he, it looks like, has licorice sticks.
Is
that right?
Licorice sticks. Oh, he's going to be a popular guy along the route.
Hopefully pacing himself. We're at about the midway point of the parade. It winds down Noble and then onto West Broadway. And there you see Auxiliary President Sherry Wicks in the beautiful silver convertible there, and Cindy doing a fine job driving away.
Well, here comes our driver, John, with past Commander Tom Skalberg. So great to see them in the parade as well.
And this one, there's no place for someone to sit in the back and wave, but Rick has a nice comfortable seat inside there. I'm not sure how you can see out of there.
I'm not either.
But he's doing it.
But he has a great ride. Looks fantastic.
And he's promoting the POW MIA car show that's coming up in August at the Legion, so we hope you can be a part of that. And American flags rolling along with some of our Korean War veterans. And the veterans riding every style of vehicle here. We've got some on the large motorcycles and another veteran with the flag in his motorized wheelchair. Great to have them all out with us today. And a great way to start off the parade. Again, we're just on West Broadway, across from Broadway Auto Tech, and we should mention a big thanks to our folks at U.S. Bank, who allow us to invade a little bit of their parking lot each year to bring you these pictures. And here are some ladies, Holly, that have served, and a young man who have served Robbinsdale very well over the past year.
They certainly have. Our Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days ambassador family. They have served us, as Dave mentioned, to some of the folks along the route, probably in 25 to 30 parades over the last year, sun or rain. So although we're blessed with great weather here in Robbinsdale, that's not always the case. There's many times they go home a little bit wet from the rain. So we appreciate their time and all of the efforts they've put into representing our city.
And speaking of time put into a city, this guy takes the cake. This is the Grand Marshal for today's parade. As you see, Mike Holtz, former mayor, council member for years, and just an all-around good guy.
You got it. Exactly. There's not much more you could say. I see his driver doesn't have a sign, but happens to be Gary Laurent driving the car there.
Okay, that guy's been around town too a time or two.
He's done his share as well. But yeah, great to see Mike as Grand Marshal. Certainly a well-deserved honor.
And the banner we see right behind, a special banner for your family.
Yes, it is in honor of my daughter who passed away several years ago, but the fireworks were always around her birthday, so something we cherish. My other daughter is one of the girls carrying the banner, so she recruited a good friend this year.
That's why all those special waves were coming over here.
I got a few extra.
And look at this group. This group is right out of the middle of their summer fun. This is the very historical Robbinsdale City Band. And they've got the drum beat going there on the box. And we'll see if we can swing them into gear. They're going to have to hurry.
Yet they are always entertaining. It's great to see them in their summer gear and having a great time along the route.
And the next vehicle that you see right there is supposedly holding the mayor, but I don't think that's the mayor right there.
I think that might be a mayor further down. There's Regan. Regan Murphy and his family riding along. Well, riding. Regan walking, it appears. So he is our new mayor and just getting started with his term. So we wish him great luck and success as he leads our city over the next several years.
And right behind, we don't have to say it, you can just hear it. It is the Robbinsdale Fire Department marching into view, and looks like they've recruited quite a few green shirt-clad people to help them out along the parade today. We go from the old right there. I'm not sure if he's winding it up to get the siren. He might be on that old truck, and here comes the big guy. Going ahead just a few years on our fire truck evolution here.
A little more high-tech.
And again, a volunteer fire department here in Robbinsdale, so these people that you see riding along do this because they love the community and love to serve. Now look at this next one here. No, your TV is not misadjusted. It is driving sideways down the street. Or at quite an angle.
And a reminder that the Robbinsdale Police and Fire Open House will be on Saturday, August 10th. From noon until 4 p.m. So we hope that you can stop by and join in the festivities. There's a lot of great activities going on. Definitely family friendly, so bring the kids along and meet some of the police and fire people, and also have some fun. Lots of great activities during the open house.
This hovercraft that you see right there behind will be at that open house. Certainly can be used on Crystal Lake or one of the Twin Lakes if need be. I still remember, Holly, many, many years back, our son learning stop, drop, and roll at the fire department open house. And it stuck with him.
Lifelong skills.
Not that he needed it yet, but he has it just in case.
But he has it. He is well prepared.
And as is usually the tradition in the parades, it's not just the home city fire department that gets involved, but some neighboring communities, and that's why we see West Metro Fire Rescue here. They serve Crystal and New Hope. And they probably had about a 1-mile drive to get to us here. This one might have taken a little longer, even though it had about the same drive. Golden Valley number 1. Oh, there, the horn still works.
It's still there.
But if you look close, see, he's ringing the bell with his hand.
With his hand.
And look at the young kids on back there. They have their parade waves going, and a thrill for them to get a chance to ride in a parade. Brooklyn Center represented by ladder number 4 in a big way.
Wow. Although I appreciate what they do. I never see them at my home.
Agreed. So the fire department's out in mass today, and each truck shined up perfectly, no doubt. They'll be taking that left turn ahead of them down at 40th, and across 81 they go. And today 81 is closed for a good reason, not closed for a bad reason like we've had. No sinkhole today. It's just the parade.
Just the parade.
See the banner for Crystal Care Center. It's a Volunteers of America facility, and it's just located right across the border from us here into Crystal, just off Highway 100. If you're driving south and look to the west, you can see the peak of it over the top there, and they serve many, many seniors here in the Northwest Metro area.
They do. They've actually been serving our community for over 40 years. So it's short-term rehabilitation, memory care, continuing care, and veterans contracts. So it's simply a great center for a variety of needs, but definitely have been in our community for many years.
They look like they could have their own softball team with the jerseys on there. I'm looking for numbers on their backs. North Memorial, that is no stranger to the Robbinsdale and Northwest Metro area. Their facility, of course, here in Robbinsdale. They've got the trauma unit there rolling along. And they've also got some of their representatives on bikes, just in case the need arises. And the last two there in the golf cart, able to help out along the parade route if need be. And there's some familiar faces from Channel 12. Not those big faces on the truck. How about those faces in the back there? Alexandra Renslow, one of our news anchors and reporters, riding along there. And Jay Wilcox there on the opposite side, one of our sports announcers, sports anchors, and a little bit of a tie to Robbinsdale for Jay too. So it's the hometown parade for Jay.
It's great to see them in the parade.
And again, 12.tv, the place to find out what's going on with Channel 12 throughout the year and maybe see some other parades. Citizens Independent Bank, a long-time major player in the business community. And they brought out the full crew today, even some of the youngest that I don't think they're tellers yet, but families of tellers, no doubt.
They might be in training, perhaps.
Very good.
Future tellers at Citizens Bank. So great to see them. Of course, they always kick off Whiz Bang Days on Thursday with the ice cream social. So great way for us to start the weekend, and really a great tradition.
And it looks like green is the theme this year for some reason. They've got the green shirts out as well.
Exactly. I think everybody coordinated. They didn't exactly loop us into that, huh, Dave?
No, we missed the green. Oh, but here, this is a treat. Everyone is a little excited about this. Some in a good way, some in a bad way. Oh, but the lady on the truck said, don't shoot at the TV people. It helps to have electronics in front of you sometimes. This is Redeemer Lutheran Church and Preschool, located over on Regent, right by Highway 100. And oh, look at that. She's got the best way to throw out goodies. She's got her lacrosse stick.
She has her lacrosse stick. That
Here
is
she
fantastic.
goes. She's loading up. Looks like they've got some necklaces there. Oh, it couldn't go fast enough, so she just threw them out.
That was great.
And they've got a great preschool over there just down the block, and also a church with regular Sunday services, and they are handing out brochures about all the good things that go on.
Yep, you can join them for Sunday services at 9 a.m. or you can join them fairly new this year, actually, for Wednesday services at 7 p.m. And then starting in the fall will be Sunday school, which will run at 10:30 a.m. just following the service.
We are just underway in the Whiz Bang Parade. You see some of the youngsters already doing pretty well on their candy bags there, and that guy's got the beads. He must have got the one out of the lacrosse.
He's ready to go.
Of course she's working.
I'm working.
Why did they look surprised?
To the table. I don't know. Oh, and here's one of our family favorites. The Bark and Bathe crew is coming down the street. So my dogs, Coach and Leia, have been visitors there, not as frequent as perhaps they need to be. But a great place, self-dog wash, dog salon. There is also grooming available.
And they are just down the block here with their headquarters on West Broadway. So if they kept going straight, they could get there in about 30 seconds. But I think they will follow the parade route. And look at, they've even got, I love the beagle there. That is a
look
great
at it.
dog. Here comes some other little ones coming in. A Pomeranian there looking good. But look inside the trailer.
We have some very attractive little four-legged friends in the parade, and Lily hanging out up in the trailer, washing a dog and having some fun, I see.
Now that's a real dog, right? And it's got
it is.
It's got a shower cap on. How did they arrange that?
Well, apparently that's a very patient and gentle dog, unlike mine, who would not be wearing a shower cap.
No, a little strange there, but again, no problem. They've got bubbles flying out of everywhere.
They are set, and although you can't probably see this on television, I can see a couple of the dogs are dressed in their Sunday best, little purple tutus and the whole thing, so they are ready to go.
Oh, there we go. That one looks pretty comfy.
I'll
nice
take that
and
ride.
clean. Looking up, waiting for that next either piece of candy. There's your tutu.
There we go.
Perfect.
All dressed up.
Bark and Bathe just down the street here, a relatively new business to Robbinsdale and making lots of four-legged friends proud. Right behind we have, well, blending into the cheerleaders. Let's go the cheerleaders first because I don't think Dan is going to be a part of the cheer group.
We have the Cooper cheerleading team here today performing for us. And although they are off season, technically speaking, they do practice all summer long, and they do community events such as this, such as parades. So great to see them and see their enthusiasm throughout the parade.
All right, and that guy we were saying is not the cheerleader is right in front of them. Although he could be a cheerleader, seems
He could
fit,
be,
right?
yes.
He's got a football there, so he's in the mood.
There you go.
There's Dan, just over to your left. You'll get him there. Dan is a council member for the city of Robbinsdale in Ward 2. He's got some of his assistants there up top. There he goes. Oh, he was opening up more candy. The important thing.
The important thing at a parade really is opening the candy.
And he's going to know every Cooper cheer by heart and will certainly be able to join them later on this football season.
He will be hearing those cheers in his sleep tonight, I'm sure.
And the young ladies have all the white polished tennis shoes on there. Look like they're ready to go. I know a lot of them work with some of the younger kids in the community in a camp during the summer. And there they are, ready for the season. Right behind, we've got Good Samaritan Society. And they are another new business to Robbinsdale, and actually not really new. They were here for many years, but they have a brand new, beautiful building just down the block.
Yes, they do. A great new building. Great to keep them within the community, but also see their growth and being able to have a new facility.
And their banner says Vitality, Acceptance. And they've even got their own band, it looks like, on board today. And the one gal right behind there, you see her working hard to grab more of the candy out to hand out a few more goodies along the way. I'm not sure how she did not get on the truck.
I'm not sure either how she got that particular job, but she's probably the crowd favorite.
Yes,
since she is the one passing out the candy.
And it looks like some other residents, possibly of the community, joining us along here and riding up. And now we have Extravagant Welcome is what you'll get at Robbinsdale United Church of Christ, robbinsdaleucc.org. They're located again right behind City Hall, just a few blocks away. And they're going to have something going on after the parade. We'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Tell us a little bit more about the church.
So actually, they have a, going back to your comment around the post-parade event, they'll be doing that with Patty Paulson with the art cars. So I'm not sure how many of you out in the community have seen the art cars around, but they're sure fun to look at. Being in after the parade at their location will be a great place for them for you to join them.
And maybe that guy will get into that extra parade. Look at, he's getting the upper body workout coming down the parade route. I don't know if I've ever seen one that way. I don't think he could get his feet up there to give that a whirl. He's going with the pedal with the arm way. How about this guy? We've got, okay, Incredible Hulk is what I'm going with here.
I'm going with that as well.
And
I think that's good.
This is part of
So,
Hot Comics and Collectibles. They're located over in New Hope, just off of 36th and Winnetka. Comic fan, Holly?
You know, I'm not a comic fan, but I know several. So I'll send those over to Free Comic Book Day, which is a national event every first Saturday in May. So join them there. They comment that even the finicky collectors will find something they like.
And just some of the artwork they have in some of those comics, too, and it keeps evolving, too. It's just fun to go in sometimes and see what ideas they come up with in some of those books. You saw the boat go by. There it is. That's the Sheriff Department. They were trying to encourage us to put our cameraman inside the boat, but that wasn't going to happen. It's a little bit of a big first step. But they obviously are serving the Hennepin County area, Robbinsdale included, and have the boat that can certainly help people out on the Mississippi or wherever else possibly needed. Here is the newest of all the council members.
Yep, this is Pat Bakken from Ward 4. He actually supports the ward that I live in, so great to see Pat here in the parade and, of course, throwing out candy.
He's got his Birdtown shirt on there, so definitely into the spirit.
Definitely. He is ready to go.
And he's modified his convertible there a little bit. It looks like with some couch pads or something are off of the patio chairs to make it a little softer ride.
Smart move.
He goes with the old convertible, and our candidate here goes with the new convertible.
It's a pretty sharp-looking car. This is Chelsea Bowes, and she is running for Miss Robbinsdale. So tonight, you can come up and join us to see who is crowned. But here's one of the first candidate actually to go through the parade today. They've been participating in a number of events over the last several months, including some public speaking and interview events. And Chelsea is sponsored by Bark and Bathe. Chelsea actually has some fans across the street from us, I hear yelling.
Yes, there they go.
And I heard one of the young girls yelling, "Hi, Auntie Chelsea." So I think she's got her cheer section is over there.
There she was, blowing kisses to her aunt. Very good. Now it's orange time in Robbinsdale, and no, it's not the Cooper Hawk gang. It's the Praise Christian Center group from Crystal, Minnesota, just across the border here, praisecc.net, where you can find out more about this church and all they do.
And they are a bright and energetic group. Bright shirts and a lot of energy going on, and they brought their own band as well.
Ooh, and they've got the Freezy Pops as well. They are making people very happy as they're sitting on the hot pavement here.
They are definitely going to be well liked along the route.
At 10:30, maybe you'll get a little bit of this, a little taste of what we do when we have some time.
Oh, they're making a rescue at the back of the float. You see the guy picked up a drum there that must have fallen off. There he is. The new hardest working man in the Whiz Bang Parade
There you go.
this year. They've got a lot of their staff and volunteers. One of the pastors there handing out some things. They've got a free food event, it sounds like, coming up. Good for them. And even the youngsters are out handing out some things. She's got about 2 more Freezy Pops in there and trying to give them away. There goes one.
I'm surprised they lasted very long, to be honest.
They're probably a little squishy by now, I would guess.
A little bit slushy, I would say. Well, you guys that are watching us live can certainly join us for more Whiz Bang events later tonight. Of course, we have the Queen Coronation, and we also have the fireworks. So keep an eye on the sky. They're bound to be great.
This young lady is breathing a sigh of relief, I have a feeling, today. What do you think, Holly?
Oh, I'm going to say yes.
Candy Norton is the president of Whiz Bang Days and has held that post for a few years and does a great job organizing all of the volunteers that have to get their act together to make this happen. She's made many, many phone calls, many, many emails, and it's a success.
And it's a great success. So thanks to Candy for all of her efforts in leading the volunteer committee. So no small task by any means. We have volunteers that need to organize and staff and run the parade. And we need volunteers for the Queen coronation, for all of the events throughout. So from the ice cream social on Thursday all the way through fireworks on Sunday night. So it's definitely not a small task to pull this group of volunteers together and really put on a successful celebration.
You're getting a look a block or two down West Broadway as it looks like we've got a big marching group coming into view, and even the young ones are liking the sounds of the drums there. As Holly mentioned, the fun continues for those watching us live later on this evening. The coronation happens over across the way, across Bottineau Boulevard at Hollingsworth Park, and so you can take that in tonight. 7 o'clock is the goodbye to the ambassadors you saw earlier, and 7:30 is the coronation for the new, and then fireworks at dusk. And I don't know if there's a place in Robbinsdale that's not a good place to see the fireworks.
I think they're all great places to see the fireworks, but of course down at either Hollingsworth Park or over at Lakeview Terrace Park by the softball fields there, another great spot. Those are some really key spots, but you can see the fireworks from pretty much anywhere. Lots of little ones out today enjoying the parade, so I'm really glad we had good weather yet again. So we're certainly lucky.
Never rains on Whiz Bang days is the rumor I've heard.
You know, I honestly can't remember a rainy Whiz Bang days, so hopefully we have not just jinxed it for next year.
Most of the time it's like this. It's about 85 to 90 degrees and we're dripping.
It's very warm usually on Whiz Bang, so.
Now these folks in the bright yellow-green shirts, looks like they're from CRI Custom Remodeling, and they're making folks happy with beads. But let's look out on the street for a second, and we're just going to stop talking because you probably couldn't hear us. This is the Unlimited and Next Level drumline and dance team, and let's just watch and listen for a minute, and we'll tell you more about them in just a second. About that, I think we're going to have some sore arms there on some of the drummers, and they had to love where they were, Holly. Between these couple buildings, they're all brick.
Exactly.
It just echoed in here.
They were a great group, and they've been together since 2005. They have and continue to strive to make an impact on the youth of North Minneapolis, making them a part of a team and a group, and really getting them involved.
They were fantastic. They get a big hand from the crowd as they round the bend there. And this group is always a crowd favorite. These are the Aqua Jesters, and some of the different acts are out. The guy with the skunk remains. That one just won't go away.
Every year we see him and his skunk.
And still the little cars that I would love to drive at some point.
Those are
Someday in
fun.
one of these parades, I'll get to drive the Aquajesters little car.
When they give
Elvis.
you a break from announcing, then
Right.
you could drive.
I could announce from the car.
There
That'd
you
be
go.
all right.
That would be great. We can put a camera out there. It'll be fantastic.
The Elvis car did not make it today. Elvis, obviously, with previous engagements. And from the Clowns, we go to the Mariners. And these guys are moving everyone back from the curb.
They are fantastic. These guys perform in numerous events throughout the summer. The Zura Mariners are proud to support the Minneapolis Shriners Hospital, and they actually follow the motto, we ride so they can walk.
Oh, and they've got the maneuvers down here. They don't need the water. They can do it all
No.
on land. But you will note as they round those corners, a lot of times they're shifting their weight and definitely holding on to the side of the boat so they don't tip out.
Not an easy task, I don't think.
Here they go into formation for the final salute. They have done it again. All 5 boats accounted for. Even the proper type of horn for a little boat. And there they go speeding off, and again their whole mission for riding and being involved in events like this is to raise money so they can help others. Oh, even the figure 8 right in front of Dairy Queen. Not what you see normally if you stop by to get a Blizzard, is figure 8 by boat.
It's a perfect day to be out on the lake or out at the parade, whichever you choose.
And look at them hold on there tight. Final curve made, and of course you have to have some place to carry the boats, and that's the big trailer right behind. ZuraMariners.org if you want to find out a little bit more about what they do and why they do what they do. And just behind we have the Robbinsdale Human Rights Commission asking people to celebrate diversity. And they have some representatives from that commission, a volunteer commission here in the city of Robbinsdale. They're making people sing a song to get the candy out of it. That's fair. Brooklyn Center Lions Club joining us now. Been supporting the community since 1955. I think that's good old Tom driving away the vehicle there. I wonder if he keeps that at his house.
I'm not sure, but it's a 1928 Model A fire truck, so sharp ride for this parade.
And the classic old horn going on there. Again, the Lions, big part of not only Brooklyn Center, but this community as well.
Absolutely.
Back to the green and back to some ladies who are very dressed up because they are promoting their upcoming Vacation Bible School. It looks like something to do with a big castle and a friendly-looking lion.
It does, and I did not catch their theme this year for Vacation Bible School, but you are watching the Elam Lutheran Church participants walking today and promoting not only their Vacation Bible School, but you can join them on Sundays for several different Sunday services. They're located just a hop, skip, and a jump from Dairy Queen, so you can grab an ice cream on your way out of service and make it a really great day.
And it looks like they've got a mascot in the middle of there promoting the need to prevent bullying. Prevent 7 is what that is all about. They had a banner behind it as well, and there's Pastor Chris rolling along in the convertible just behind. Elam had a big lunch or dinner, I think it was yesterday, something they've done as an annual tradition out of Whiz Bang Days, and gets a big turnout. Right behind you see CRI Custom Remodelers. They had their crew out a little bit earlier, passing out some goodies. Now their truck comes. They've got some fast walkers in their group, no doubt.
I guess they do. They might have had to walk a little quick so that they could stay in front here of the large group, the Sea of Orange coming through here from Faith Church in Robbinsdale. This is Faith Evangelical Free Church. And this is the sports camp team that you see today, and that's where the bright orange t-shirts are coming by. Sports camp begins tomorrow, Monday at 6 p.m. everyone is invited, so please come and join them if you are available and would like to do that.
They are treating Holly well here. She's got
a nice
whole bucket load
stash
of
of candy.
candy going here. Again, they're located just down on Lake Road, just a few blocks from downtown Robbinsdale. Here's Kate Hampton rolling into view. She is sponsored by Nona Rosa's Restaurant, and she obviously is one of the ambassador candidates.
She is, and we have a great group of young ladies vying for the title of Miss Robbinsdale this year. But really it has been a great experience, hopefully, for all of them leading into it, regardless of the outcome tonight on stage.
Watch out, Holly.
And we've just been
He's got a good
bombarded
arm.
with Tootsie Rolls from George and Marilee Selman. George is our councilman from Ward 3, and he looks like his wife, Marilee, is riding with him today. So thanks for the Tootsie Rolls.
And another one of our folks with crowns in the parade. This from a little ways away, Miss Minnesota U.S. International. That is Afton on board. We thank her for joining us today.
And she is actually supporting the United We WAG community, supporting animal welfare. So that was really her platform, so to speak, as she ran. So great to see her here and promoting people on educating animal welfare, safety, and adoption. So she's honored to be here, and we're grateful to have her.
Birdtown Cafe, Broadway Pizza. It's an all-in-the-family type of operation. There's Ron, the man behind all the pizza and the big truck you see up front, and here comes his locomotive.
Absolutely. So again, family-owned and operated. Birdtown Cafe opened just about a year ago, and they have breakfast and lunch daily, and they have dinner on Friday and Saturday until 8 p.m. And I don't know if you've had a chance to try them out in the last year that they've been open, but it sure is a favorite at my house. One of the first places my daughter asks to go eat.
Aha.
And then, of course, Broadway Pizza. I mean, who can resist?
Oh, yes, very true.
And they've been in operation here in Robbinsdale for over 45 years.
And if you're interested in doing a little bowling or having a little fun with laser tag, they'd like you to come to Brunswick Zone. And they've got some of their party heroes out there. And I think they might have the loudest horn in the parade. We'll see if we hear it in just a second. And right behind, you see the Video Universe vehicle there. They are located over in the Robbins Center and have been for as long as I can remember. And movies like you wouldn't believe, and if your kids have never seen a VHS tape, they can go there and see it.
They could check it out, and they've actually been in business close to 30 years now.
Hard to believe. Well, this guy's very popular. He's looks like selling some umbrella hats along the side of the road here. While he sells away, we've got some people riding in comfort inside the Copperfield Hill. They are independent living, assisted living, and memory care, and they've got their big bus out here, so they obviously do a lot to take their residents throughout the community to enjoy what's going on. And they're located right along the parade route, so I would guess many of the residents are probably sitting on the front lawn of Copperfield.
I would have to say that's probably true.
Or if their room faces east, then they're in a perfect spot.
Then they have a great spot. They could just pull a chair right up to their window and watch from there.
Another great local business. We thank them for being a part of the parade and for all that they do in the community throughout the year. Well, this looks like a comfortable float going along here. They just decided, hey, let's put our picnic table right in the middle of a float and ride through the parade, and that's the Copperfield Hill crew there. They've got some of their staff people walking along.
And they've got their royalty up on their
nice.
float as well. So they look like they're having a great time.
They just did some remodeling to the building they call the Lodge, and they have a beautiful patio there that I've driven by it for years and years, and I've never looked over that wall to see that there's a patio down there, but it's just beautiful. So I think the table came from the patio.
I'll have to drive by and check that out. I have to say, I don't think I've ever noticed that before in all the times I've driven by.
It's kind of hidden away, but a beautiful new patio area.
Good
And
for
again,
them.
they've done some remodeling to the building, so it is looking great. Well, you can hear a block away that we've got a drum line ready to entertain. This is the Brooklyn Park Lions. Drum and Bugle Corps, and their motto at the Lions is, as everyone knows, we serve. And one of the ways that they serve is through this group and helping out youth in the area.
This group is directed by Lion Johnny Gurley with help from parents and volunteers and other Lions members, and was started in 2009.
And I know they have done some traveling. They were at the International Convention, which was actually here, and I believe they have been out of state multiple times representing Brooklyn Park and the Northwest Metro area. And maybe giving other Lions clubs some ideas of ways they can help out the youth in their community.
It's a great group, and they're really working with kids primarily grades 6 to 12, teaching them the values of teamwork, dedication, and community involvement.
All right, well, we're not going to compete with the drums. Let's listen in to the Drum and Bugle Corps from the Brooklyn Park Lions. What they're doing with the Brooklyn Park Lions. Thanks for joining us. Who's that guy right there? Well, that is the main guy on the stage this year for the Off-Broadway Music Theater in New Hope.
Absolutely. Go join them and see the Chocolate Factory. You can see that right over at the Community Theater in New Hope, just over by New Hope Pool. Great production, I'm sure. As they always are. So I hope that you can join them. They're going to present Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with performances running for 3 weekends beginning July 18th. Thursday shows start at 8. Friday and Saturday shows start at 9 p.m. So please join them and check them out.
And you see the huge mosquito there, which hopefully is staying away from these two smiley faces. The mosquito, part of the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District. We thank them for keeping as many away as they can. And there you saw some of the junior candidates for royalty here in the city of Robbinsdale. Alexander and Sheila, it looks like. And we've got Troy and Sophia and Samantha on board this beautiful convertible.
Yes, we do. Great looking kids. So we in the first car, we saw Alex Holtz and Stella Burdiev. And in the second car, we're seeing Troy Gorham, Sophia Becerra, and Samantha Krugler. And they have been having an absolute blast. I actually talked with one of the little kids earlier this morning, and he said he was having a fantastic time, having a lot of fun.
Great.
So we'll see them tonight as well up at the Coronation to see which will be on our float for the next year.
Fantastic. Thanks to the parents as well for helping out with that. It's a lot of work. There you see a familiar building in town, mini version. That is Sacred Heart Church. They're located right across the street from us, and they have a big fall festival that happens each year in September. So make sure you keep an eye on the sign in front of the church to see when you can stop by and enjoy that. And back we go just a few years to celebrate Fridley with the Stagecoach.
Great to see their float in the parade every year. So Friendly Fridley, and they have their 49ers Days, celebrating the incorporation of Fridley as a city in 1949. They're actually just a year behind us, celebrating their 64th anniversary this year, which was in June of 2013.
Just a beautiful float there. I think they've done some updating to some of the landscaping there on the float. Even look at the back of it if you get a chance. They've got some waterfalls going there on the back of the float. There it is. Right behind we have one of the local parochial schools in the area. This is King of Grace School, located in Golden Valley, just off Duluth Street. And there you see some of the big books that they study there at the school. Those are some big books.
Wow, that's a lot of reading.
Might have to take that home during summer, but I don't see the kids reading the books. Right now they're having some fun on their scooters.
They're having a great time. These are the King of Grace Lutheran School Knights, located in Golden Valley, and it was actually voted the best private school in Golden Valley through a SunPost survey. This is their 4th year joining us in the Whiz Bang Days Parade, so great to see them back.
Well, Kirsten's got a very nice ride going here on a fancy old car. She is representing the Heart of Robbinsdale Foundation as one of the candidates for Queen and one of the ambassadors here in Robbinsdale. We thank her for joining us today.
It's a nice warm day for the girls. Some of the tricks of the trade that I hope some of them were clued in on is putting a nice pack under your feet, since we can't see your feet in the convertible, so keeping a
That's
little bit
what you've
extra
got
cool.
under you here.
See, tricks of the trade.
Yes.
So you have to learn some little simple things, so hopefully they've been clued in on that before they got in their cars today. If not, next time.
You saw the Masonic Lodge vehicle roll by. They're located just down the block on West Broadway here in Robbinsdale. We thank them for joining us. And here we have some of the Shriners from the Shrine Club bringing out some of their fancy cars and some of their dignitaries riding inside. And as always, they want you to eat pancakes. They have many regular pancake breakfasts. And it looks like the next might be October 6th over at the Crystal Community Center.
It's a long time to wait for the next pancake
That's
breakfast.
right.
They're
We're going to be
always
awfully
great.
hungry by then. And the Bethel 39 Job's Daughters riding along. Another part of the Masonic family. And squeezing in between is Robin Fritz. Robin is vice president of Whiz Bang Days. She must have picked the spot because she gets to be right in front of Su Fu Du.
Oh, she gets one of the prime spots, and I'm not even going to try to talk over these guys. They're fantastic.
We'll tell you more after they go by. Oh, they can take a breath now. How about that?
They are always so much fun to watch. Su Fu Du is a nonprofit organization. It's actually in its 20th year of performances, so celebrating a great anniversary this year. They are actually out of, if I'm not mistaken, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
I think that is
so
correct.
they've traveled quite a ways to be with us today. They're in all performance music. They do all their own choreography. The music is written by the players, and it's really a player-ran organization, so a great way to get involved, enjoy their music, and also entertain the crowds.
And it looks like water break time here right in front of us, so well-deserved, folks. They can take all the time they want, and they look like they could be on a sports team as well. The confusion would be if you look at their backs, they're all number 94 for some particular. Oh, no, wait.
Oh,
there's
I think we have a couple.
Oh, now, wait a sec.
Couple different over here.
Okay. I saw a lot of 94s, and I don't know what the 94 theme is unless you're in a particular area of the group and you
I'm
wear a
not
94.
sure.
That'll be our research for next
there you
year.
Go. They have us stumped a bit this year, so.
All right, they're winding back up, all watered up here. Here they go again. Let's watch. the cymbal player has something in store right behind here. Can't go wrong with the tennis shoes and socks either. I think we would look good marching with them if we had those on.
Absolutely. They're such a fun group to watch. I know that throughout the parade route they get lots of cheers and ovations. So appreciate their long travel to join us.
And it was so quiet there for a second when the cymbals started just touching each other. And then the rest of them came in and forget talking again.
Exactly.
Miss Minnesota, part of the National American Miss program, is Stephanie Phillips. Welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us here in Robbinsdale. And right behind in the purple, it's Faith Lilac Way Lutheran Church. They are located in Robbinsdale, just on the east side, or I'm sorry, west side of Highway 100 is where you'll find them. Been there for years.
And they are actually teaming up with CODA, Children's Organ Transplant Association, for Team Emily. They're supporting Robbinsdale's Emily Wood in her fight against lymphoma cancer. They're with a benefit, pasta dinner and more, August 10th at Faith Lilac Way Church. So hopefully you can join us for that.
Well, here's something you don't see every day coming down West Broadway.
Wow.
I think we've got a wheelchair shaped into a boat going by right there. There's Francine riding away on her decked out bicycle there. This is part of the Art Cars and Art Bikes of Minnesota. And so the mission here is to try to make it look like art and not like a bike or a car. And I think they've done it.
I see some incredible works of art out here on the street. This is amazing to see what they've been able to do.
And this one right here is definitely the highest tech of all. It does have a 1 horsepower motor in the middle of it. If you can see it, there it is sticking out there. It looks like you even pull it to start it. And I think there is indeed a person inside. It is not remote controlled.
I sure hope there's air conditioning. It looks a little like tight quarters, and on a warm day like today, I'm not sure I'd want to be cramped in, so.
Oh, and how about the orange and white?
Wow.
I think it's supposed to be some type of an animal flying by there. And there's Patty herself. You will see this car around town on occasion, the lipstick car, and that's Patty. And on the back it says pucker up, of course. What else would you have on that type of a car?
Exactly. I'm not sure I've ever seen such creative cars. I do see Patty on the road once in a while. I haven't seen our Ladybug on the road in the past, but I'm sure it's gotten some great smiles. And I have not seen this one out in the roads either. This is pretty phenomenal.
The Galactic car, we'll name it here. I don't know if we've got a name in the book, but we can make them up. That's half the fun of sitting here.
Well, I think we'll call it Twink.
Oh, very good.
Looks like the license plate might help us out a little on that one.
And here comes the Dragon car, which has got pieces of that Dragon everywhere. I think half of it's inside the car and half of it's outside the car.
I'd like to know how much time it takes to create these.
And this one looks like it has every kind of plate you could ever want, and I'm not sure what the little village up on top of the vehicle is, but that's got a lot of super glue on it, that's for sure. Oh, here's one in progress. All right, so don't feel bad if yours looks like that. You've got to start somewhere. But if you look inside, it looks like they've got a little bit of the underwater theme going there. Oh, and here comes the carpet car.
Wow. With a welcome mat and all.
And not to be defeated, the tile car follows it up. Now that took some time.
I would say so.
And again, if you're watching us live, you can head over and see some of those over at Robbinsdale United Church of Christ later on today. Robbinsdale area schools marching through with their banner, and there you see one of the board members and Aldo Sicoli, who is the superintendent of schools, joining us here and promoting their school. And this one takes us back to a school that used to be a high school here in Robbinsdale, and they are having a big event coming up this fall.
The all-school reunion, so that'll happen in October, it looks like 18th through the 20th. So great celebration.
They've got the old school song playing out of that car. Very nice. And the Robin head there, which has probably been around since who knows how long ago, is popping out of the top there. And we have another one of our Queen candidates joining us here.
Yep, here we see Jaleesa Calloway, and she is dressed for the weather, definitely. Nice cool dress on, great bright colors. So we will see her tonight. I used to be able to say see her up on the hill, but we're not at the hill. Although I think we're all still calling it that. So we'll see her later this evening as well.
Sponsored by Broadway Auto Tech. We thank them for that. And Northeast Royalty, you see them in the back of the truck there. They ask you to come celebrate Northeast Minneapolis.
See Northeast and see the world. So they've in their float that we don't see here today, unfortunately. I think they're doing some fixing up on that, but their float is really a city on wheels. It's an amazing sight. So hopefully we'll see them in another parade soon.
And a new style of music for our parade. Let's listen and we'll tell you about the Steel Drum Band. And that is the Zura Steel Drum Band, put together in the 1990s. And they, again, are part of the Zura's group, which means a lot to this area. Robbinsdale Little League, a very proud organization. We've got some champs, it looks like, in the back here, carrying their banner along. Young boys and young girls finding a place out there on the field and competing. There they are, A Minor Classic champions. Congratulations, team. And there's a way to ride in style through the parade. This is Classic Miss Global United, Lisa Stordahl.
And she will actually be, she was crowned at their international pageant last summer and will be crowning her successor in just a few weeks. Her daughter, Sydney, ironically, she's running for Miss Teen Global United this year. So it's kind of a family tradition, it sounds like.
And you saw the big banner that says, join us. And what they want you to join is a movement in Robbinsdale that is really catching on. This is a movement for a co-op of our own. They would like to develop a co-op food store in the area. And they've got their green shirts on. They're at the point where they put together a logo and some information, a website as well, that you can find out of what a co-op is and what it would mean to a city like Robbinsdale.
You can get more information by going to Facebook and look for Birdtown Food, or you can go to the website at robbinsdalefoodcoop.org. The last meeting was about a month ago, or the first meeting I should say was about a month ago, and it was about 150 people that were able to attend and many more that showed interest either via email or Facebook. So they're really looking to establish a community-based and supported grocery alternative. So we look for more information to come.
And not just from Robbinsdale residents as well. They're looking for support from the entire Northwest Metro area.
Absolutely.
Well, here comes the hugest shopping cart of all. This might feed Holly's family for maybe a week.
There you go.
Right?
Although I'm not sure I want to pay the grocery bill that comes with filling that cart.
True.
Might be a little outside my budget, but you see Cub Foods rolling down the street in the huge shopping cart. I see they have some marshmallows up front for s'mores, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Perfect for tonight. They're located just off of 36th Avenue here in the city of, well, they're actually in Crystal.
They're
if you're going to draw
Crystal.
the lines, right?
Yes.
Across the street from Robbinsdale. So many Robbinsdale residents shop there. Well, we're about 2/3 of the way through Whiz Bang Days, and a special Whiz Bang Days, as we've been saying, 65th anniversary. That is hard to believe, Holly.
Absolutely amazing, and we've always had great weather and great fun, but mostly we've had great support from the community, from the local businesses through sponsoring a Queen candidate or throwing the ice cream social or other event and putting that on for the community to get involved with. And then also, of course, the Whiz Bang Days volunteers every year who do a ton of work to put this together and to make sure that everything runs smoothly and is safe for the community. So we've been fortunate over the last 65 years to have a great community to have a celebration with. A lot of communities that we see around us are not able to keep theirs going. So again, we're very fortunate, and we appreciate not just the volunteerism, but also the support by attending the events and the donations when you can help us. So definitely something we look forward to for the next 65 years.
The rest of the Cub Foods group going along there, that is not part of Cub Foods right there. You will not see that knife at Cub Foods, but they were handing out more of the Freezy Pops, very, very popular. This is Minneapolis Plum Blossom Martial Arts Center, and that gentleman is clearing a big path for himself. No one is going to be out in the street picking up candy for the next minute or two.
I think everyone will stay put in their spots on the curb for a bit here. But we're watching the Plum Blossom Martial Arts Center. They teach Chinese Kung Fu. And what you're seeing here is a performance up front there by Master Robertson and his students.
And staying safely back, there you see how far they are back, is the green signs of Mike Freiberg. He is state representative for 45B, serving part of Robbinsdale. And they have the Mike arrow over on the far side of the street, so you can see him going along there, and he's got his helper right behind.
That's fantastic.
Helps us out quite a bit, too, when we're trying to, where did he go? We know he's out there somewhere. So Mike busy down at the Capitol this past year, and now getting a chance to hear what people are saying at home and shake some hands.
Well, and here we're taking a look at another group of ambassadors, royalty, joining us in the Whiz Bang Days Parade. You have Miss Czechoslovak, Minnesota royalty. And joining us was Queen Brittany, Princess Corbin, and Miss Congeniality Chrissy.
And have to love the costume there for Queen Brittany. She is definitely decked out in the native dress. Right behind Edina Realty. Some of the local realtors would like to see you in that little pool next to the doghouse.
I think my dogs would love that house and that pool.
That works.
But I think I'm looking for something just a little bit larger.
Not too many windows in that one either, right?
Not a lot of windows, not a lot of space. So I'm going to have to pass on that except for my pups.
Thanks to Edina Realty for joining us. Right behind we have the Robbinsdale Women's Center ICU mobile, and that's Image Clear Ultrasound. You see some of the folks up front with the banner, and there is the large vehicle that provides free pregnancy tests and ultrasounds. And they are located just down the block here on West Broadway. And here comes Foss Swim School, FossSwimSchool.com, and the mascot, we're still trying to figure this out after a previous parade as well. The mascot to me looks like a monkey, right, Holly? Help us out here.
I think it is. I'm going to say yes. I think that you are right on with that.
But the monkey does have rather large feet, so I'm sure the monkey can swim.
Maybe it has flippers and we're just not quite catching on.
Or maybe the key is they can teach anybody or anything to swim, and why not teach a monkey to swim?
There you go.
All right, we're trying to come up with it. Well, here's an impressive vehicle that I am not sure what this does, but it's from MP Technologies out of Maple Lake.
Well, for those of you out there who may know what this does, it's a hydrovac excavator.
Of course.
So, just what I thought it was, absolutely. This hydrovac truck is actually used, thanks to them giving us some tips, it's actually used for hard-to-reach and congested utility excavation.
Aha!
I'm not sure that's a truck I should ever drive on the roads. I'll stick to my little SUV.
I'm sure it has lots of buttons in it that you wouldn't want to touch.
Yes.
And right behind Timber Tech, the crew on the rolling gazebo behind. And here comes another one of our favorites. This is the drum line. Well, let's watch and we'll tell you more. It is the Cracker Jacks, of course, that have been with us for a number of years, and they've got the orange socks going as their key to success, and also the capes there. And right behind them, dancing, I think, partially to the drum beat and partially to their own, is the St. Louis Parktacular group.
They are having a great time up there on their float. And Citizens Bank is also a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Park group of Parktacular. So happy to see not only their partnership here in Robbinsdale, but with their location in St. Louis Park.
And I believe their celebration is a little bit earlier in the year. I believe it might be in June. I heard some fireworks not too long ago, and I think it was coming from that direction. And
I'm going to say you must be right on that. I know it's earlier than ours, but I don't recall the weekend.
Their royalty in mid-season form up there on the float, dancing away, as these young men are in mid-season form, handing out some candy. Oh, watch out there. He got her. And you mentioned marshmallows earlier. Well, he probably got some out of the Cub bag. This is Scout Pack 289 joining us today in Robbinsdale. And look at some of the badges these guys have on their shirts. I think they have been a little busy.
I think they have been very busy. Looks like they're ready for a camp out too. They had their tent along, their cooler, and of course the s'mores. They were ready.
And the dads as well, all the volunteers helping out. Columbia Heights has a great yearly celebration, and they've got their new royalty with us today. We thank them for being here, Taylor Rose and Emily.
Yep. It's great to see Columbia Heights. They are actually working very hard to revive their ambassador program. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of the communities around us just aren't able to keep all of the parts of their festivities going. So great to see that Columbia Heights is able to revive this piece of their festivity.
And right between their unit and the dance team, you see those folks right in the middle of the street. That is Wunderkammer. That is a new art store that is here on West Broadway in Robbinsdale, and some of their staff inside there, and they would like people, well, look at that, they're handing out, I think it's crayons. Perfect for an art store.
Let's just keep them off the pavement so they don't melt.
They would like people to come in and find out a little bit more about some of the classes that they're going to be offering soon, and also some of the great products and very unique products that they have to sell. And you saw a little preview, and here they are. This is the Cooper Hawk dance team. They've got the convertible going here with doors open completely to pump that music out. So let's see if we can hear the music and hear the cheer for just a second. The Cooper dance team. There they go. They've got the nice reflective pom-poms there, which I'm sure make it about 20 degrees warmer on their hands. Oh, they're going to get the quick water break here. Good call. If they don't get enough water there, I'm sure this truck would like to provide a little water. This is the Crystal Fire Department truck, and I think we've got some familiar faces coming through here again.
We certainly do. We have some ambassadors joining us today on the fire truck, giving some waves from previous years. So great to see everybody coming out and joining in the celebration. So good to see everyone up on the truck.
So is that true? Once an ambassador, always an ambassador? You should know.
I have to say there's always a special spot, yes, as an ambassador. So once an ambassador, always an ambassador, and we're always excited to see our past ambassadors coming back. Actually, many past ambassadors stay involved in Whiz Bang Days throughout the year, planning and helping at different events. So fun to see them back. But we have a big group on this float the second time through. So this is our current ambassadors, and they bring along their families to come through the second time on the float. So like Dave mentioned earlier, big thank you to the ambassador families, because this is a lot of work, and it's not just about the pretty girls and the young kids riding up on the float. It's really a lot of work that goes into it, representing our community. And for the parents and families of these ambassadors, they get the responsibility of putting the float up before the parade, taking it down after, pulling it with their trucks, and all of those kinds of things. So it's it really has to be a family commitment when everyone signs up. So good to see the families riding through for their fair share of waves.
And they get to ride down to the end of the parade, where they will then camp out for a while. And that is where the ambassador program happens. And oh, look what found its way through again. Neil doing a fine job bringing the Channel 12 truck back to pick up some of the equipment that we've been using. And want to say a big thank you to the Channel 12 crew here on site and back at the studio. Way to go, Al. They have brought this parade to you live, and you'll be able to watch it on replays as well. And the Robbinsdale Police will round things up, and that caps off a wonderful 65th anniversary version of Whiz Bang Days. And again, another beautiful day, Holly, and perfect parade.
Perfect day, great weather, and a fantastic parade yet again. So thanks to all of the Whiz Bang Days volunteers, to our local businesses for helping us to raise the money and to put on other events throughout Whiz Bang. And a huge thank you to the people that we see lining the streets today for joining us.
And she did pretty well here. Look at that. She's got her pile there. She's getting ready to put the tattoo on there. So we'll send Holly home with the candy. She'll be going to the fireworks. I will as well. And so hope people watching us live can enjoy the rest of Whiz Bang Days, the big fireworks display as well. Great job, Robbinsdale. A great celebration again. And Holly, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Dave. Fantastic to be here.
Thanks for joining us on Channel 12. Watch later on this fall as we bring you more parade coverage right here on Channel 12.